All right, all right. Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Welcome to the Q&A. Let me make sure I don't have audio on here. Okay, that sounds about right. Right away, we got Smydro with that sub 7 months in a row. Appreciate that. Bulent, what up, what up? We got Sven in the building. And Sven, no, I have not had a chance to mess around with that S5 yet. What I have been messing around with for literally 2 minutes is this. So I wanted to extend the screen from this iPad, but somehow it won't let me do external. So I wanted to show you the screen. That's going to be a little bit hard now, because I was just testing Algorithm DJ's new DVS feature. So right here, I have some Serato control vinyl. I have two RP 8000 Mark II turntables and a DJM S7. And the S7 right now is connected to my iPad, and the iPad is running Algorithm DJ. I'll just lift it up in a sec so you can see it a little bit up close. But for now, just take my word for it. I know it's a little bit hard to see. By the way, why am I still in my starting setup? That makes no sense. Let me switch that. Let me get us a pretty screen. Hold up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit more of me in the screen. More of me, more of the equipment. T-Babs was good. DJ Kylo, salute. Mike L, Vince Williams, Stone, Wave My Sandwich, salute, salute, salute. So as I was saying, I've been experimenting for literally 5 minutes with Algorithm DJ, and I have that here on the iPad. Just to show you it's there. That is Algorithm DJ on my iPad. Connected to the S7, turntables, Serato vinyl, and are you getting that audio? Let me see. Pablo. So yes, that works, and that is pretty cool. Now I've seen some videos, of course. I've seen my bro doing some demos with it. Did you not get the audio from that? Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was actually the thumbs up. And Mike, your buurman, what up? What up? And P sub 1. Levy or Levy Alston, salute to you. Haven't seen you in a minute, indeed. And Raph, what's going on, Raph? You use the Rekordbox Dvs Vinyl. Yeah, I have that here too. I haven't even had a chance to test that, but that works as well. So that's great to hear. I believe it works with all the control vinyl, and then they also have their own. But my bro DJ Angelo did some demos also with a phone, and that seemed to work really well. Now, to be fair, let me grab one more thing. Never mind, I don't see it. So to be fair, I mean, it's cool that it works with a phone, and it could be a great last minute solution or backup solution, but I couldn't see myself doing entire gigs and having to browse on your small phone screen. But I don't think that's what it's intended for. Then again, imagine if you already have a turntable set up and you have a mixer that is compatible, but you don't have a computer yet. You've been playing normal vinyl. You'd like to do DVS as well. If you have an iPhone and you get the iOS app, that is a great way to get started with DVS until you get a computer. Now with the iPad, it's a little bit better. I mean, that screen is actually a pretty good size, but still, if I compare it to a laptop, I prefer a laptop. But the fact that it just works is pretty damn amazing. It doesn't work with everything yet. I tried it with the S5 for a second, and it does connect, but then I manually have to MIDI map everything. That should probably work, but I didn't have time for that. So in this case, I just grabbed the S7, and it automatically recognized it and actually had some settings ready for it. DJ Hawk says, DJ Hawk. Vest, what up? And Stone, what up? So, a couple of things weren't working yet. I don't know if I have to manually set that, probably. So, for instance, the browsing. Oh, now it is working. The browsing didn't work that first second. Never mind. Browsing is working. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that works. So load is working as well. Oh, load is working as well. Okay. I take back what I said. That is working. So pretty cool. I just loaded a new track. So I wanted to share my iPad screen, but somehow that is not working. But I just browsed. You can actually see on screen, you can see that it's moving there when I move the browse knob. And I was able to just hit load, bang, and now it's loading the new track. Not hearing a lot of audio yet, but that's in the track. I don't know why the track is so low. There we go. And when you set cue points, it saves the cue points. So I'm not going to do that. The mic catches everything. But latency seems to be perfectly fine as well. So yeah, man, it is dope. I've been waiting for Algorithm DJ to release DVS forever. And I heard about this, that it was coming like a couple months ago. And now that it's here, this is my first test. So I prefer to use it with a laptop, but the fact that you can use it on an iPad or your phone is great. And I mean, I've used DJ on the iPad and phone before, and that always worked great. I've used it with a phone and controllers in tight situations. So it works well. Christopher Chandler, salute. And we got Philly DJ T Mac, salute. Rev Kev, what up? Excuse me. Yeah, Vest, that's what I believe as well. It works with all tone control, 1 kilohertz. So that's dope. Chris on the mix, what up? And Alex, I appreciate that. For sure, I'm not the best, but I appreciate the love for sure. Oh, let me get Mixcloud in here. Since I normally forget, let me try to be on time just to make sure. Okay. Mixcloud is not connected? Why not? Yeah, the stream key is there. Mixcloud, step your game up, please. Okay. So no Mixcloud, I guess. Because the streaming software is sending it. Restream is sending it. I'm getting tired of Mixcloud, yo. I mean, it's cool for the audio streams when it works, but okay, I'm not gonna pay that any more attention now. Dima, what's going on? And do you have to map it with the Rev 1? I'm not using it with the Rev 1 yet, but Algorithm DJ works with a ton of controllers, and with most of the controllers that it works with, you won't have to map it. Now the Rev 1 is for Serato, so maybe you do have to map it. I have not tested that yet. And so great question, Vess. The question is, what's your opinion of the library management in DJ? That is something, and John, you're not late. I'm late. We've been at it for no more than 10 minutes. So you're perfectly running on my schedule. So I've never actually done library management in DJ because the lack of DVS. So for me, DJ was something I only used on certain occasions, and either I just imported or no, not imported, but I would have folders on my computer with the music I needed, and I just imported them to use in DJ. I never did anything inside DJ with libraries. So now that the DVS is here, I'm going to give that a closer look. But for now, I have no experience with it. And Chris, I do not have the Neural Mix vinyl here. I should be able to get my hands on it. I mean, it's cool. I don't know if it's that cool. So if for those that are familiar, Algorithm also is releasing their own control vinyl. One side is going to be just normal control vinyl. On the other side, it basically has Neural Mix implemented, and Neural Mix is their separation feature. And if you use the B side of the vinyl, it has 3 tracks, I believe, and one is going to be instrumental, 1 a cappella, and 1 drums, or just 2. I forgot, but it automatically separates. But you could just do that inside the software as well. So I don't know how it looks cool, but I'm not like, hey, that's something I can't do unless I use that side of the vinyl, because yes, I can just open Neural Mix and do that on the fly. But I do want to test it. Cool, Juan, I see you. And Terry Jones, DJ is just DJ software by Algorithm. They've been around for a long, long time. It's a German company, and their software called DJ was a software you could use just on its own on your phone, on your iPad, but you could also use it with controllers on your phone, iPad, and on computers. And now they added the DVS functionality, so now you can control the software with control vinyl, which is the only thing it was actually missing. Yeah, Invest, indeed. There are ways you can just use conversion to take your current library and import it into DJ, for sure. John's Entertainment, salute. The 1000 SRT for Serato, have you done a review on it? I did not do an SRT review. I did a 1000 review. The SRT is pretty similar. Some of the features are a little bit different, but it plays the same way. And I do stream with it from time to time. What you say about the S5 red color? So I'm gonna be doing an S5 video soon. I love the color, by the way. I love it. For those who haven't seen, I'll just grab it for a sec. Because I think it is a beauty. There you go. It's a little bit dark in here, by the way. Looking at this view, let me add just a little bit more light. There you go. Make that red pop a little bit more. I mean, yeah, looks good. Communal analyst, I see you. All good. What genres do you mix? I mean, I mostly play hip hop and R&B, and there's more genres out there that I add to my sets. So hip hop and R&B would be the main genres, but I also play dancehall, New Jack Swing, some UK garage, and depending on the party, if they let me play anything, might add some reggae. Maybe even a couple house tunes, anything. Caleb, no, you're not that late. There's a software app. You can take your Spotify or SoundCloud library and drop it straight into Algorithm DJ software. There are conversion tools that will allow you to take playlists and convert them. Well, you cannot just take your Spotify library and add it to the Algorithm DJ software. Now, I think what you're talking about is just the way you can use SoundCloud, Beat Source, and Tidal, because you can play them directly in DJ. The tracks I'm playing right now aren't even on the iPad. They're from Beat Source. Spotify is not one of them, though. Algorithm used to have Spotify integration, but that ended years ago. And if you're talking about just converting your playlists, you can convert your playlists, but that's a different story. You still need to have that music on your computer. So if you're not talking about using the streaming services inside your DJ software, if you're talking about something else, then that works a little bit different. Dwayne from Denver. And Vest says, have you ever used Ableton Link with Serato? No, I haven't. And I still want to test that. And Dima says, respect from Israel to New York. Okay. That's cool. I don't know to who in New York. I'm not in New York. You can convert from Spotify to Tidal. Yes, you definitely can. DJ Sal Soul, salute. I think I missed one question. Let me just double check. Oh, where is it? Dima, you also, that's another question from Dima. You make hip hop sets. Well, when I normally play, I don't make sets. I just play freestyle. I'm from Amsterdam, by the way. Streaming from Amsterdam, born and raised in Amsterdam. So that's Amsterdam in the Netherlands. But I normally, when I go out to DJ, I don't make sets. I will select some music and maybe have a special folder for that party, but I don't make sets. DJ B Suave in Arizona. What up? What up? So no, I'm not in the UK. In the Netherlands, Amsterdam. But the UK is pretty close though. And Raph had a question, I think. Oh yeah, there it is. Advice for cleaning slip mats. Ooh, that is something I think I've never done ever. I had a slip mat go under my bed, and it's covered in dust bunny. Did beat the dust. Used the vac duster on low. Wonder what you do to keep slip mats clean. Nothing at all. But what you did sounds like what I would do as well. Like if I would have a slip mat and it would get extremely dirty, I'd probably use a vacuum cleaner and just vacuum it. I think that should work. So Joseph, my general thoughts about BeatSource and integrated streaming services. I think it is a great addition to what we had. I mean, when Algorithm, and they were the first, when Algorithm had the Spotify integration in DJ, that to me was a great tool for certain situations. So the example I always tell this story. I used to DJ once a year at my son's school when he was still a little bit younger. And then you're playing for kids between the ages of 4 and 11, 12. Now, my normal collection is not made for that audience. And they listen to totally different things. Having Spotify was incredible because it meant that I didn't have to, I mean, I could do research and download a ton of stuff, and I still probably wouldn't have gotten the stuff right. What I could do there was I would let the kids come up and request songs. I'd have Spotify right there. Spotify had everything they would mention. And they would mention a lot of songs that I would not have known at all. Now, for me currently, I love using BeatSource. And I do my monthly BeatSource stream. And I only use songs from BeatSource. But to be honest, I think 50 to 75% of my streams are BeatSource. It allows me to always grab newest music and just if I have a theme in mind, I can use that search feature and find a ton of stuff that will fit what I'm looking for. Good old-fashioned sticky lint brush. That's a good one as well. Cito had a question as well. DDJ 400. I'll get to that. Just another thing about the streaming services. For me, it is an addition. So I could not see the streaming services being my main source for music overall when I go out to play, because I've built a collection over the many years of collecting, and that is my go-to when I go out to play. But to have the option to just grab anything I need from BeatSource is incredible. If you have to do an event where you somehow have to play music you normally don't play, the curated playlist on BeatSource can help you out. So I think it's a great tool for DJs to have. Nara, the Reloop stand hub has already served its purpose well. I had a gig last week. Was supposed to be 2, but one got canceled because of bad weather. That was going to be an outdoor gig. The other one was a yearly event I play at a dance battle. And I have a new laptop for DJing. That laptop only has 2 ports. So yeah, having the stand hub was perfect to connect my mixer, to connect phase, and to have room to connect more things if needed. So I'm very, very content having that. You can't see it on screen now. Let me see. So the laptop only has the 2 ports. You can't see that. Doesn't matter. But this laptop stand right here, if you move it to the side, it has 1 cable. You connect that cable to your computer, USB-C to USB-C, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 USB 3 ports there. That's USB-A. And then you also have an extra USB-C at the bottom for power delivery. So yeah, now I can connect everything I need to connect during my gigs. And same thing applies to the streams I'll be doing here when I'm doing streams with the laptop now, because for the last like 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, when I was streaming here, I would use my studio computer as streaming computer and DJ computer. But now that I have a laptop again, I'll be using the laptop for the DJing. So that stand hub will be used often. And yeah, Chris on the mix, that combo was great. But to be fair, and Mr. Arnab, salute to you. To be fair, like the normal streaming services, so let's say Spotify, they're not there anymore, but Tidal, for instance, if I compare Tidal to BeatSource, you can probably find more music on Tidal still, but there's a ton of music on BeatSource. But BeatSource will also have edits, instrumentals, and the fact that I can add extra search parameters on BeatSource. So if I'm looking for a certain genre, I can then say I want to search by BPM or between this and this BPM. You can't do that on Tidal. Yeah, DJ Rewind. Very useful if you're DJing and you have a laptop with not a lot of ports. Now, of course, you could just use like a simple hub. I mean, I have one connected to the iPad as well now to connect the mixer and everything. But this feels way more sturdy and secure. Caleb, that is oh man, I'm terrible at these questions. So the question is, what's your favorite movie? Yeah, I love movies. I have so many movies that I've seen 10, 20, 40 times. So I don't know. Let me turn that around, chat. What's your favorite DJ movie? Now, it could be a movie all about DJing or a documentary, or it could be maybe a scene in a movie about DJing. Let me see if you can come up with some names. And right off the bat, I think Scratch was the best documentary. And there we go. I knew this was going to be the first one that was going to be mentioned by a lot of you. And I was going to mention that one as well. Megawatt was good. And that is juice indeed. House of Twigger indeed. The Get Down on Netflix. So the thing is, I love that scene in Juice. At the time when I first saw it, it got me all hype. When you closely study it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think a lot of it is just basically playback. They're acting as if. But the vibe of it was everything. Someone said Belly. I'm trying to think of a DJ scene in Belly. Damn, what DJ scene was in Belly again? Damn, now you make me want to watch Belly again. Get Down, Beat Street. And another one for the Get Down. Seen something about Grandmaster Flash. What's my favorite Dutch city after Amsterdam? And yours is Den Haag. For people from outside the Netherlands, that's The Hague. Wow, my favorite city besides Amsterdam. Okay, Terry, I got you. Damn. Favorite city besides Amsterdam. I know it's not Den Haag. I don't know. I mean, it's a great question, but I'm not sure. And no, it's not Rotterdam either, even though I got a lot of people in Rotterdam. I mean, even though it's very small, there's not that much to do. I just have a lot of history with it, and that would be Zaandam. It's right next to Amsterdam, but I have a ton of history there. Even lived there for like a sec. I would say Zaandam. Salute to all my Zaandam people. Wu-Tang Clan documentary. Okay. Can I subscribe to the channel? Yeah, sure. Do I mix music videos? I haven't done that in quite some time, and I have not done that during streams yet. And I might do that soon, actually. I have a lot of music videos. I've done it in the past. And I now that I have a DJ laptop again, yeah, maybe I'll do one of those soon. Yeah. My advice, use Virtual DJ. Okay, and why, Dima? And Mike Lewis, congratulations that your Rev 7 is on the way. I absolutely love that controller. It was actually right here, and I had to move it out the way because I had to test Algorithm DJ DVS feature. That's the only reason why I moved it. But yeah, man, I love that Rev 7 a lot. Super dope controller. So the gig in Münster didn't happen yet. It's the gig is called RM Beach. It's outdoors, and they already told me like, hey, there's one thing which is an issue, and that could be the weather. So they had terrible weather that weekend. We actually did here as well. A lot of thunderstorms. So it got postponed. And I'll be playing there in August. And what do you do for Wi-Fi cell phone not reliable? I guess this is this has to do with the streaming services, right? So that's the great thing also about using BeatSource. And that is something you won't have with Tidal, is that BeatSource has the offline locker feature if you have their higher tier subscription. That means that you can store up to 1,000 tracks from BeatSource on your computer. And that will save you if there are Wi-Fi issues. So the only thing you have to make sure of is that inside the DJ software, you're logged into BeatSource. As long as that's the case, you have access to the 1,000 songs that you stored in your offline locker. So that is a great backup indeed. Chris, that will be dope indeed. So Chris on the Mix says, I think Pioneer should partner with Phase DJ and create a mixer with the phase receiver built in. Hey, man, I mean, we've gone from the point that you would have your DJ mixer and your separate audio interface for DVS. I think most of us now move beyond that. Even Serato is moving beyond that. And now the audio interfaces are inside the mixer. I mean, It would be incredible just to come with a mixer and just place your phase transmitters on the decks and be good to go. So yeah, that would be amazing. And Ed, no, I actually don't gig in Germany often. So I was looking forward to this. Now I'm still looking forward to it, even though it's just a little bit later now. Brian says, any tips for playing a video gig, playing 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000 hits? No, not really. I mean, I don't do that many gigs with video. I haven't done one in years. At the end of the day, even when you're playing video, you're still DJing for a crowd. So the end goal is the same. You are there to rock that crowd. And beyond that, I don't know. I don't have specific video tips. No. Dima, yes, I know the program Virtual DJ. I just was wondering why you said that you think that is the best for mixing music videos. But yes, I know it has the feature indeed. For me, it used to be Serato Video. That would probably be the first one I would try again now. But who knows? I might test that one as well. Mixmaster G. Een goedenavond. And DJ Costa Rica is here as well. Do you play any Southern soul music? Not really. No. But are we talking like from now or like old soul music? Could you give me an example? I mean, I think the answer is no, but just in case. And for the people who tuned in later, it's a normal Q&A, of course. But besides that, I also have an iPad running Algorithm DJ connected to this S7 and these turntables with some Serato control vinyl to show that you can control your Algorithm DJ software through DVS. But I just started like 5 minutes before the stream just to test if it worked. Of course, I knew it would because I've seen the demos, but just wanted to try it here myself. And yes, it works, and it works well. What are your thoughts on that big sale going on? Buy a Rain 72 and get 2 Denon CDJs free. Working in retail for over 10 years, when something is on sale, it's either expired or something is wrong or something new is coming. What do you think? First off, I did not know about that sale. And I have to assume the 2 Denon CDJs are just the SC 6000s, or are they giving away 5000s? If it's 5000s, then they're probably just trying to get some old stock out the door. I'm not sure. But still, it sounds like a pretty good deal. Terry Jones, very soon, more scratch videos. Yes. Why is Serato most often recommended for scratching DJs? I use Rekordbox. I was wondering. Oh, question is running away. I was wondering if I should switch. No, you don't need to switch. DJ Sky from Uganda, salute. No, there's no reason to switch because Rekordbox works great as well. I mean, Serato is probably most used. And that's why a lot of people might recommend it because that's what they're using. But Rekordbox works great as well. So no need to switch. If you're happy with Rekordbox and what Rekordbox offers you, no need to switch. If you see something in Serato and you're like, that's missing from Rekordbox and I would like that, that would be the only reason to switch, basically. I used to gig a lot of NCO clubs while stationed in the 80s and 90s. What's the NCO club? Like, I have no idea what that is. And now I want to know. I'm about to step up to the next level with my mixer, but I'm torn between the Range 70 and S7. What would be a good choice? Joe DJ, both. Like, those are both great mixers. So that is really a personal preference thing, because I can tell you I would choose the S7, but not because it's a better mixer. I prefer the S7 or the Pioneer workflow, the onboard effects. That's more my cup of tea. But I have a Range 72, and that is a great mixer. And so is the 70. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. So I don't know what you're currently using. Are you using something that's more like a Rain or more like the Pioneer mixer? That could maybe help in the decision. But beyond that, they're both great mixers. I'm actually still using Serato Video 1.1.7, and it gives me no issues. Anyway, I can email you or inbox you somewhere and let you know how it went. Did I miss the first part of that, Brian? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's sorry, you were, yeah. I mean, I did a lot of things with Serato Video, and it worked great for me at that time as well. But yeah, you can always let me know how it went. TLM at djtlm.com is the email. Oh, okay, got you. So it's not an SC6000 they're giving. Okay, so you buy that mixer and then you get 2 of the LC6000s? I mean, that's more of their add-on device. They came out with that. So the SC players, media players that they have a dual layer feature, meaning that inside one media player, you can actually load 2 tracks. Now, you can only play one at a time, but you can load 2 tracks. It has 2 layers. So you load a track onto layer A, you can play that. Then you can load one on layer B, and it has dual outputs. So you can have outputs for layer A going into your mixer and outputs for layer B. So you can control 2 layers and play 2 layers. The LC was basically an add-on. So you would have a separate device to control the second layer inside one of those SC players. But you could also use it as a player controller for Serato, I believe. Honestly, it might be that those things didn't catch on, because after the release, I have not heard a lot of people talk about those devices. So that could be a very good reason why they would give those away. But they're not CDJs, they're not media players. You can only use them to control. And then they're not a controller with everything in it. They're just separate controllers. So that one entire thing just controls a deck in your DJ software. So with that mixer and those 2 LC6000s, you have a complete set, but it's not as great as if this was like an SC6000 setup. But okay, makes sense. Then I understand why they're giving them away. The Mixon 8 Pro, I want to test it for sure. God's Own was good. And Caleb says favorite video game. Well, we're gonna just rewind and let's keep this focused on DJing. And I basically never have time for video games. So yeah, Call of Duty on my phone. That's the only thing I play from time to time. Okay, and the deal is only for the US. All right. NCO is non-commissioned officers club. Got you. So that's on bass. Okay. Yeah, I've talked to several DJs who used to DJ on bass as well. Craig Perry says, "What are your thoughts on algorithm DJ, and what storage for music files are you using? Or do you recommend with the tablet?" I've always loved algorithm DJ. The only thing that was truly missing for me and why I didn't use it more was that they lacked the DVS feature. Now they have it. So the chances are I'll be using this more for sure. As far as storage goes, if I would use it with my tablet, it would be BeatSource. And BeatSource, SoundCloud, Tidal, I can use them all. But it would be mostly streaming services. Beyond that, if I'm using it with a laptop, then I have music on the laptop, and it would be a combination of some of my own music and the streaming services. Curtis Cozy, what's going on? Mulberry, good day to you. Scroll. Mixmaster G, thank you. So yes, of course, I forgot also DJ. So you can use the LC6000 to control Serato or algorithm DJ. Yeah, Ed, that's what I meant. I mean, of course, you can play them at the same time, but you can't control them at the same time with one device. That's why they came out with that LC6000, so you could control them both. But yeah, it sounds a little bit, I mean, like I said, after they released it, I've hardly heard anyone talk about them. So I just have no idea if they did well, and if they're giving them away now. Yeah. If you could get one piece of equipment for free, what would it be? Rev 7? Yes. Well, yes, because the question is one piece, then the answer is Rev 7. If you would say setup or multiple, I would love to have a set of CDJ 3000s. And those are way more expensive than a Rev 7. And then I would eventually buy a Rev 7. But if we're saying one piece, Rev 7. Yes. Are mixers for around $100, €100 good for beginners? Something like a Numark M101. Look, it kind of depends on what you want. If you just want to have a mixer to learn how to mix, I learned on something way more basic than a 101, and I haven't even seen the 101, but I already know it's going to be better than what I used to learn how to mix. Now, if you want to also incorporate like turntablism and work on some scratching, I don't know if you're going to find a mixer that's going to have a decent crossfader in there and a nice clean empty section around the crossfader for $100. I just don't know. Never really looked at that. But if we're just talking about mixing, you just need something that will allow you to turn the channel on or off. Even my first mixer didn't even have a crossfader, didn't even have decent EQ, but it was enough for me to learn. And I'm willing to bet any mixer now for around 100 is going to be better than what I had when I started. So if you need something to get started, I'm sure you're going to be able to find something around that price. But I've not looked at those type of at that budget in forever. Where can I watch your latest podcast? I haven't done a podcast in months, and if you want to just see past episodes of the live stream, this Q&A, they're just all on the YouTube channel. DJ Sky says, on touring, which one do you prefer? Controllers or turntables and mixers? Tell us the future Phase. How solid is it going to get? Well, Phase is solid. It is super solid. I mean, DJs have had issues. I don't think they have issues anymore. I've hardly ever had any issues, and I've played with phase a lot. And I prefer just a turntable setup with an S7 or 9 in phase. So whenever that's an option, I use that. Now, if I know that it's going to be like a cramped up situation, not a lot of room, I would love to have a Rev 7 to tour with as well. DJ Sub says, I've been using the Pioneer DDJ SZ for a while. Discovered there's no post fader effects from Serato apart from the color effects, only when using the channel fader. Yeah, that was an issue. And I think when the SZ2 came out, that looked pretty similar. And I think the only thing one of the only things they changed was that I think the Mark II does have post fader, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why. I just know I hated it whenever any device did not have post fader effects, because that really doesn't make sense to me. I still have a Vestax mixer here, the PMC 05 Mark IV, and that was made for DVS purposes, but also if you use that with Serato, you trigger an effect. You take that fader down, effect is gone. I don't think I used the mixer ever since. I just hate that. I need post fader. Mulberry says Ronnie Bell, Nelly Tiger Travis, Bobby Rush, Big G are some known Southern soul artists. No, I don't play them. I'm gonna have to look that up. How many music you have loaded on your laptop without having issue playing? I don't know. I've never done a stress test on the laptop to see how much music I can cram onto it. So I don't know. I try to make my folders smaller, not bigger. But yeah, I don't know. Was your first mixer that realistic mic mixer? No, what was the brand again? No, the brand was Electo, and it was 2 channels, no crossfader, no real EQ. If I'm not mistaken, I think it just had one knob that was like a high-low knob, but not like a normal like 3-band EQ, not even 2-band like high-low. Super basic. Yeah, Samuel Juice, but it was fake. Like I said, the first time I saw it, I loved it. Over the years, still love the vibe. But then when I just started to look at that DJ scene again, it's like, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like you see him doing the movements, but they don't really, they're not in sync with the pump, pump, pump type of cuts that you're hearing. But the vibe of it is still dope. Greg Perry says, you say beat source. I'm old school. I still want to own my music. I'll try streaming trials and need convincing, but seeing all that vinyl behind you, what are your pros for DJ streaming? Like I said, for me, a streaming service is not the main source of my music. I see it as an add-on. When I do my live streams here, I like just going through BeatSource and making some playlists. Then again, if there's music on there that you really want to have, you can still buy the songs. You can buy the songs on BeatSource. And just using a DJ pool to get your hands on music is also a good thing. So yes, I'm still all for owning music as well. I love the fact of just having music that I can use whenever, wherever. So that's not what the streaming service is for, but I think it is a great add-on to your own collection. And by the way, if you want to see me using that, tune in on the last Monday of the month. Once a month, it's all vinyl in the live stream. And I love doing that. You was in Israel. We have many more best clubs, hip-hop clubs in Tel Aviv. I've never been there yet. And there's a lot of places I definitely still want to come check out. Newmark Scratch and Pioneer S5. what's the best for someone like me upgrading from the Denon MC4000? I have not used the Numark Scratch. I have the S5 here, but I've not used it yet. There's a big price difference between the two, even though they've been kind of put in the same category of mixer, which I kind of agree on, but the price difference is pretty hefty still. And we got DJ 312 with the 312 bits. Salute. And Kurt, it's my pleasure. Oh, by the way, since we're on the subject of live streams, like I just said, things didn't go that well on Monday, and that's because I'm going through a large rearrangement of the studio. Part of it is actually what you're seeing right here. This desk that I'm using right now was actually the studio desk, and the studio desk is now the one that I was using for DJing. I needed more space here for not just live streams, but especially because I have to start doing my my weekly radio show. I've been recording audio, but I'm going to be recording the full sets in video as well for that radio station. And I want to be able to do everything I need to do for that, just to have the one take video. I needed more to add to my setup. Probably going to be running everything through my Rodecaster here, and it's not going to fit on that smaller desk that could only fit a DJ set and maybe a couple of small devices. Now I have actually plenty of space. I have lights connected to the table, so wherever I move this, the lights come with me. But yeah, I started to do that a couple of hours before my stream. So by the time it was time to stream, everything was disconnected. Having the studio is still a mess, but I'm getting there, and it's going to be all for the better. Now I'm probably going to do Monday stream either tomorrow or Friday. I'll figure something out, and that is actually going to be the Beat Source edition. I started learning to mix hip hop and saw that often a rapper will start their verse like half or one beat before the one count of the phrase. So when I drop it in, it sounds bad. Is it just a case of know your music, or how can I get around it? Know your music is the most important thing, for sure. Now look, if you have a track and the rapper starts before the one, but if you mix that track in on the one, so you start after that rapper's first word or words, then the song will still come in on the right time, but then you just missed the first couple of words. The best thing is to know the music so you can bring it in before the one at the right point. But then you need to know the song, so you know the timing, so you already know exactly when to bring it in. Because yes, there are multiple songs where an artist will start before the one. Yes. G. Washington says, I don't want to use controller ever again. Oh, sorry, I missed one. I started with a controller, moved to Rain 12, love it. But places I play, not a lot of space. Really want to play on Rain. Not being flexible. Don't want to use a controller ever again. Well, you are still using a controller if you're using Rain 12. Those are controllers as well. Yeah, I think that is one of the issues with the Rain 12s, though. Like a lot of DJs will tell me, they have to bring those things everywhere because the venues don't have them. That is a downside. But then again, you need to do what you want to do. So if you don't want to use other controllers, then you're just going to have to bring those Rain 12s. But yeah, if they don't have a lot of space, that is a tricky one. In Tel Aviv, we have more music of hip hop and sound DJs. I'm not sure what that sentence means. I'm trying to understand it, but I'm not sure I understand the sentence. What's the time, by the way? I know Mixmaster G is watching the clock, making sure I stop on time. Now, even though I started late, I will be ending at 10 for sure. And then I'm getting back to fixing the cable mess over here. Now, I'm getting there, though. For, like I said, because I'm doing my weekly radio show, and if you haven't checked that, yet, no, the stop Mixmaster G, the stop time is just 10, even though it should be 8 to 10, and I started 8:30. I'm still stopping at 10. Okay, you can't see everything right now because the camera's not catching everything. You might even see more from this angle. Yeah, even though the chat is covering some. So the Rodecaster Pro now easily fits on the desk. So got the Rodecaster Pro. Then I got my ATEM Mini Pro. Got a Stream Deck XL right here. New mic arm and the mic right here. Any type of DJ setup can be here. Plenty of room. Room for the laptop here, which you can't see, but it's there on the hub stand. Lights attached. So yeah, for the radio show as well, that's gonna be a good look for me and allow me to record it in one take with video as well. It's not gonna be multi-angle video though. It's just gonna be probably just the frontal angle, but just to be able to start the jingles and everything during the mix. Yes. The mixer vinyl and controller looking fire. Flashing lights looks good. Where are the flashing lights? Here? I don't have flashing lights right now, right? But yeah, I'm glad I have the extra room now. So I'm posting one of the radio shows on my Mixcloud a week. So every Monday I post an episode. I posted episode 3 on Monday. We're at episode 8 on the radio station. So make sure you tune in. Cito got you. Tune in to Galaxy Radio every weekend. That's glxy.radio. But just follow me on Instagram. You'll see me post about it for 2 hours of hip hop and R&B throwbacks. But yeah, there's a lot of lights here indeed. Or maybe you're talking about these. Yeah, that always happens with the ATEM Mini Pro. I see what you're talking about. Because they're actually not flashing. That's the crazy part. They only flash on screen. Now, these are actually moving. That's happening. So this is happening. These are moving. This one is actually flickering right here. That is happening. But somehow those lights on that ATEM Mini Pro always do that. So say what a Field Dre. Yeah, I wish I could have done that, but I just had to put those on hold because of everything that I'm currently doing, especially with the radio show that I'm doing now. So I have to have a new show, a 2-hour show every week, and those are not freestyle sets. Even though I don't plan them out track by track, every week I'm having to make a new selection. And with these tracks, I make sure every track has cue points, loops, and everything in there. So, in all honesty, it takes me probably between a day to 2 days to get that show done. But to me, that's a main priority now, because that is one dope, steady job to have. But I really miss my freaking podcast. I can tell you that much. So I hope that I can get to a point where my workflow allows me to do everything I want to do. Right now, it's just a mess to get everything done. Mixmaster G, yes, these are the reloops, the RP8000, the Mark IIs. So most of the times when you see me use them, because I use them quite often, I'm just using them either with phase or with vinyl, and I don't even take full advantage of them. Because you can connect these to your mixer as well through USB, and then you can browse using the knob here. You can use these for your cue points. You can do tone play and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, but I've had these here for I think 2 years. So no, Frank did not come through. This was, even though I know Frank, but these just came in straight through Reloop. But like I said, I've had these. You've seen these in plenty of my live streams. I've used these probably in, I don't want to say half, but let's say I've used them at least 20 to 30 times in the live stream. I saw on Instagram that you were in the US sometime back. Really? The last time I was in the US was 2015, and I was in LA for a day and a half. But that's the last time. I did not get a chance to like compare the DJ scene. And I can't even speak for the DJ scene in Europe because honestly, I just know our scene here a bit. And even within the Netherlands, I know my scene. I don't know jack about all sorts of other scenes. I want to say house scene, but there's not even one house scene. You have multiple subgenres in there with their own scenes. So I have no real way to compare because I don't play out that much, like not even that much in other cities, but especially not in other countries. So for me to compare would be really type of hard to do. Type of DJ has something, wait, sub, I missed the first part of that question. Let me see. Okay, I went to a DJ battle some time back, had prepared a Red Bull 3-style set, and the audience hated it. I knew my mistake. I took a battle set to a club where the judge was looking for mix in and out type of DJ. Has something of that sort ever happened on your end? No, not to that extent, not during a DJ battle. But yes, I can understand your situation. Like if I've been to a DJ battle once, just as just to check it out. This was years ago. And up until that point, I had only seen like DMC type battles. And then I walked into this venue and you had DJs just mixing songs. I was like, what's going on? Where's the battle element here? Because to me, that's not a battle. That's more like, I don't know if you want to call it whatever, like a talent competition. How well can you mix songs? But no extra skills, no going at each other. But I've never prepared for a battle and come to find out that it's like something totally different. No. But, I mean, similar to that, you could have a gig where you're booked and you think you're being booked to play a certain style. And then you get there and you find out that it's a different type of event. That's why it's so important to make sure you're communicating well with whoever books you to make sure you understand what you're being booked for, what they're expecting of you, so you don't end up coming out with the wrong music. Now, luckily, the digital era does allow us to more easily adapt if necessary because you can bring more music. I had that happen when I was playing vinyl. So, yeah, then you have a selection in your crates for a certain genre, and then 90% of that club wants to hear a different genre. Then it's going to be a little bit hard to switch because you only have the vinyl that you brought. So, but I learned that like early. Brainpower posting a pic from you in New York, 2004. Yeah, 2004 was the last time I was in New York. Yep. But even then, I didn't get to check out the local DJ scene or anything like that to compare it. No, I've never played in New York. I've played in Philly, and that's my only U.S. gig. Vinyl Touch, congratulations. And if I don't know if this is your first, if it is, welcome to the Daddy Club. But maybe you were already in that club. I just saw him post something about a newborn Newborn son. Craig Perry is looking for songs, popular songs in Israel. Well, you're talking to the right person. You're talking to Dima. Okay. Ah, it's your first. Okay. And you're mad tired. Yeah. That is a part of it. You're going to be having a lot more of that. So you are now part of the Daddy Club and part of Team No Sleep. I mean, I'm not part of that team anymore. My kids are way older. But in that first phase, there was not a lot of sleep, for sure. Let me see. Just scrolling up for a second to see if I didn't miss. No, that looks okay. Yeah, sub. I mean, I can imagine you're rocking that 3-style set and the crowd is probably not understanding any of it, especially if they just know about mixing and they don't know anything about turntablism, none of that. Yeah. I mean, I've done things on the radio where I did it like a turntablism routine. And then the radio station started to get like these crazy calls from mad listeners who were like, what is this DJ doing to the music? This is terrible, because this was not a turntablism audience. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, Vinyl Touch. I wish you the best, and hopefully you can find some sleep here and there. But have a lot of fun on this new and exciting journey. And I can only speak for myself, but I think it's the most incredible journey we can embark on. And every day is a new adventure. Absolutely love it. Ooh, the best record pool for soulful house. Chat, let's help Kenneth out. Anyone here? Record pool for soulful house. Nara, it's not there anymore. I played at Club Fluid. I played that day. Cosmo played that day. Cosmo Baker. We were there with Rich Medina. We were actually staying at his crib when we were there. And that was in 2000. Was that 2000? Dang. I think that was either in 99 or somewhere between 99 and 2001, I would say. Somewhere around that time. I think it was 99. Wait, I have a cheat sheet right here. Yes, 99. I'm using one of my own mixtapes as a cheat sheet because I remember this is what we were playing in the car the second I got there. Made them pop that tape in. The Always in Yellow one was the one that was out then. And this is from 99. So it was 99, 2000. And Club Fluid, I think it was there for some years after that. But I heard that at a certain point it closed, or it has a different name now. Would you say learning basic turntablism is possible on controllers? Yes. I know the question is a bit of a paradox. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, I mean, basic turntablism, for sure. You can learn a lot on controllers when it comes to the basic stuff. So basic scratches, learning how to backspin, just repeat a certain part of a record. All of that can be done on a controller. The thing is, the reason why turntables are the best learning tool for turntablism is because of the motorized platters. They just give you that extra feeling, and it gives you a better, in my opinion, it gives you a better understanding of why you're doing certain movements, because you do them because your platter is moving in a certain direction. That's why you bring it back. You don't get that same feeling on a static piece of plastic that's not moving, because with that turntable, you're being forced to bring it back. Even though on a controller, yes, in your software, the track is moving forward, so you have to bring it back. But there's something about that actual tangible, just the feeling of the moving platter. But for basics, for sure. Beyond that, it's hard for me to say because I didn't learn on turntable on controllers. I just know that up until this point, any DJ that I've seen do like an impressive style turntablism set on controllers, they were always DJs that started on turntables. And if you learn on turntables, you can translate quite a bit of it to a controller. But if you just learn on a controller, I think that's going to be more difficult. And I've seen the comments plenty of times when I would do stuff on a basic controller where people will leave comments like, I have that same controller. I don't understand how you're doing that on that device. While for us, the turntablists who come from this, it's not that hard to translate some of that to any type of device. You just have to get used to the different platter size, how far you have to pull stuff back. So I would never say you can do the same thing on a controller, but for the basics, there's a lot you can learn on a controller for sure. Many rappers from the USA are DJs like Lil Jon, Jermaine Dupri, and DJ Khaled. You just named 3 artists that I would not really consider rappers. Khaled is a producer. Jermaine Dupri is a producer. I mean, he's done a couple of verses, but that's a producer. Lil Jon, a little bit of both. Maybe I missed some part of that before, actually, but just saw that comment come by. Sean Spade says, has Cash Money taken over yet? Taken over what? And what are we talking about? Because we were talking about Philly, so if I see Cash Money, I'm thinking DJ Cash Money, but maybe you're talking about something else. Rob Swift said, even on the controllers, you can still learn the basics. Just don't use the cue points. Just use the headphones, faders, and the jog wheels, and listen by ear. Yeah. I mean, especially if you're learning like stuff like backspinning and using cue points doesn't make a lot of sense if you want to understand the movement for sure. House of Twigger, what up? For the 99 and 2000. Yes, indeed. Okay, we got 12 minutes on the clock. Hiroshimi says, for starting to learn scratch techniques, Rev 7 or use turntables. Both will work just fine. Costa Rica, Lil raps as much as Fat Man Scoop. Yes, indeed. Cool, I'm all caught up. I love it. I love it. Mixmaster G, you're going to be proud of me. I'm going to be out at 10. Nah, Costa Rica, I understood you the first time. All right, let me do a quick test while we're still at it. For the people who missed it in the beginning. There's Algorithm DJ, in this case on an iPad. So I have a little dongle here. USB going into the S7. Serato, control vinyl. I see a little marker on my computer, but I see that I'm still streaming, so okay. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, so if I had this cue point, Are we still connected? Yes. This goes back to the beginning. So yes, you can control DJ algorithm DJ's software using DVS. Joe DJ, I think I missed your question. Can you connect your mixer to the Reloop stand? Yeah, that's how I played. So the gig I did, when was it? Last week during my dance battle. The dance battle I played at. I had everything connected to the stand. So USB-C to USB-C from the laptop to the stand. And then I had the mixer and phase straight into the hub. Worked like a charm. So yes. And Dima, no, like I said, so the software that I have on the iPad is called DJ by a company called Algorithm. So Algorithm DJ, that's the DJ software. The records I have here are Serato control vinyl, but they work for this software as well. And like we already saw in the chat, you can also use Rekordbox control vinyl. That will work as well. I know you play a lot of early hip hop. Any opinion on modern stuff? Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of great music coming out. Now, there's always dope stuff coming out. So during my live streams, I play, it depends. Sometimes I play more new than old, sometimes more old than new, sometimes it's a combination of both. I mean, for me, of course, the golden era for me is my favorite era, but that's because I just really grew up with that music. So anything from like mid 80s all the way to like 2000, I really, really just grew up, and my DJ career really came up through that time. But I mean, there's always dope stuff coming out, not just from older artists, but from newer artists as well. So you just have to look for what you like. And that's the thing I think most people fail at, and why I see a lot of people complaining about not hearing enough dope music. And mostly is because they're not looking in the right place. When with a little bit of effort, you can find so much dope stuff. Whatever your exact type of flavor is, especially if you use the streaming services and just use their algorithm, because they can guide you through all sorts of things. So Dima, this works with Algorithm DJ on an iPad. It can also work with Algorithm DJ on your phone and laptop as well. Damn it, shall we do this? Mixmaster G, I don't want to go over my time, but I should just grab the phone for a second just to connect it and use it. We should do that, right? I have 6 minutes. Let's try and see if we can make that. Right. So I just connected it to my phone. As soon as I open DJ, it's asking me now if I want to configure this S7. And yeah, you probably can't read this, but I have this little button that says enable DVS. It is enabled. Let me see. I have to make sure I go to the right. Crap, I still have to log into BeatSource. That'll take more time. Have to do it. Give me 1 sec. I have to find my password. And normally this goes a lot faster, but my phone is a little bit my phone has issues. All right, I think we're almost there. Otherwise, I need to grab whatever else I have on my phone to make that work. But BeatSource would be a lot easier. There we are. BeatSource is connecting. I have control vinyl that tributes Grandmaster Rock Raider. Do you think it'll be an insult to his name if I put phase magnets on it? I mean, you're using it. I think that's dope. Yeah, I know. I would have 30 minutes extra because I started later, but I told you in the beginning I was not going to do that, so I don't want to do that. Yeah. All right, so the phone is here. See a bunch of tracks. I'm going to sort them by BPM. So I just need to see this first. Can I already do this? Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm on my browse knob here on the mixer, and I'm browsing on the phone. Load. Bang. There you go. Intro has a lower volume. I know. There it is. And if I put it like this,
get money.
It's gonna give me the different view.
Everybody get money, right? Well, ain't that?
So yes.
1, 2, fit, make the block.
There you go. It works. DJ Roman J, have you tried using algorithm DJ software effects using no, not yet, because I connected it right before I came onto the stream just to see if it worked with the iPad. You now see that it also works with the iPhone, but beyond that I've done no testing. But just really quick, just to show you that it works. But like I said at the very beginning, I don't see myself doing gigs like this, browsing on the phone, but just to have this, just to have the phone in my pocket and bring my little connector and have it. And if anything would happen to my laptop, I could connect this to the mixer and continue to play. That is amazing. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you, and DJ Costa Rica. You don't even want to see the rest of the room when it comes to connectors and wires. It is terrible right now. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm out. I'll be back. Well, I'll be back on Monday and Wednesday as usual, but I will be doing Monday stream that I missed either tomorrow or Friday. So follow me on Instagram so you can check the posts. Tune in this weekend on Galaxy Radio. That's glxy.radio. So you can hear my throwback mix. If you want to know everything about the times, djtlm.com or follow me on Instagram. It is 10 p.m. here in Amsterdam. I'm out. See you next time. Once again, salute to all of you. And if I miss your question, ask it on IG or come back next week. All right? Peace. Give me an end screen. There we go. Later.